Wait, but... Okay, let's look. So... The small ones are 100, they said. So 400. So 1400. And then these are 3000, 6000, 9000. I don't... They said big one was... Are they lying? I don't know if I can prove that. One kind of ship is worth 100 points, the other kind is worth 1,000. So unless they're lying, well, she didn't say which type is worth which, so let's assume these small ones are 1,000. So that's 4,000, and that's 4,100. So that would be, this would be 2,000, that would be 300, 600. So, okay. So if it's the other way around, then Phoenix won. So do I show that? I'm gonna save really quick. I'm gonna present this. Oh wait, should I present it here? Or should I present it in this one? Because... let's present it at this one. Because then this proves that he wasn't winning. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Objection! Yeah! Music stopped! Yes. You sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure? It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. At a glance at this picture is enough to tell you who won, if you're not in kindergarten. Why is everyone comparing it to kindergarten? Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which are worth 1,000 points? Why, the big ones, of course. Duh. Oh, I thought... Oh, he did a little head nod. It was really cute. Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals didn't add up. Oh, okay. I wasn't adding the totals. Okay, that makes sense. I'm an anthropology major, so math is not my strongest suit. The totals? His head nod is so much smoother than Phoenix's, too. Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 35,000 points in chips, and the combined total of the chips was 7,000 points. Yes, if my calculations are correct. Let's see, 3 plus 1 will carry to 5. They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. If the big chips are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth 100, and you add them up, how much is it? Do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? Should have said that out loud, Apollo. 10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony. Rabble. Babble, babble. But why? Why could this be? Or how could this be? Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right. There's only one possible way to explain the contradiction. The witness was wrong. That's an option, right? They were both right. Just the witness was wrong. Right? Okay, whatever. Each man began the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in the photograph, then there can only be one answer. Well, what is it? The value of the chips. was the other way around. What? Want to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1,000 points, not the big ones. Madness! Utter madness! Oh! Show me the photograph of the chips again! There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Why, that does make 7,000 points when you add them up. Damn right it does. Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it. But wait! The value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing. Indeed, the victim did have a larger number of chips still. Oh! Oh! Apparently no one knows how to play poker in this courtroom. Exactly. If the small chips are worth 1,000 points and the large chips are worth 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table. The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 something. Phoenix had 4,100. Well, now, it seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all. That's impossible. My client has even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning. No! I actually like doing Payne's voice now a little. Just a little. Now, Miss Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime. Weren't you? Whisper, 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 wobble, wobble, wobble. Order, order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive, and Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust. Excuse me, what is it, Miss Orley? I did not want to be saying this, but actually, you see her. See what, Miss Orley? What do we see? In the last hand, there was cheat. Oh, cheat? You don't mean a trick? Wait, or do you mean a scam? They're all the same thing. Yes, there was cheat in last hand. That is why game ends cheap as they are. Great, just great. I think Apollo is more done with the court system than Phoenix ever was. This kid is like so fucking exasperated all the time. First we have lying, now cheating. Well, this case certainly has taken a turn for the interesting. Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. Witness testimony. The final hand. The last hand, both men had the full house. There is 4 of each card in the deck, from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, game becomes argument that the defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith. You know, if she did it... See, now I'm curious about why she did it and why she's... Well, I mean, I guess she's defending Mr. Smith because she doesn't want to get caught. But see, now I want to know why she did it. If she did it. I'm assuming she did it. Cases usually don't go... First cases usually don't go beyond the first witness. Right? I don't think they did. Miss Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience. I thought you never played poker before. That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics. Mr. Gavin? What's a full house? as a TV show with Mary-Kate and Ashley. Oh, and other people whose name I forget. Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker. I can't say this bodes well for your case or career. What is this? Some kind of secret court poker ring? Justice. You know the terms one pair, two pair, and three of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. Two cards with the same number makes a pair, and three makes three of a kind. Good. Now picture a hand with one pair and three of a kind. That's a full house. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it? You can see each player's hand in this photo. Wow, they both have full houses. We forget there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat. The defense may begin. Cross-examine the witness. If he did cheat in the last hand, then that leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? Cross-examination, the final hand. This is the final countdown. Last hand, both of them had a full house. Press the fuck out of it. Just how hard is it to make a full house anyway? It is quite hard, that. It is making a pair and three of a kind at the same time. I guess that's right. Very difficult, to be sure. You can take my word as a poker head of courtroom number 3. Very difficult, that, but it is not impossible. Okay, full house, hard. Line of questioning, waste of time. There is 4 of each card in deck, from ace to king. 4 of each card, you say? That. There is 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 heart, and 1 club for each card. It is interesting fact that this number 4 comes from this number of seasons. Does it really? You don't say. Oh, and did you know that the cards are numbered 1 to 13? Add all the cards in a deck and you get 364 a year. You don't say. Isn't that 1 day short? That's why each deck has 2 jokers. They say the second joker stands for the leap year. Thus you have a perfect representation of the year, all in a deck of cards. Is this true? Like, I didn't... What? Is Phoenix Wright just fucking with me? You don't say. Well, we're gonna be in this courtroom for a year if it keeps going like this. If you look at both man hand, cheat is more obvious. Excuse me. Point out this cheating for me. How is it clear? Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace. A 5th ace? I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 of aces. And Mr. Wright's too. Obviously, cheating was afoot, or perhaps I should say, a hand. No, I'm so funny. Your Honor, perhaps this could be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's joke. Very well. The witness will add this detail to her testimony, please. And I got your lie. Because the picture clearly shows Mr. Smith did not have 3 aces. Look at it, baby. He had 2 and 3 kings. So I'm going to show this and call you a lying bitch. Just tell me why you killed him already. Tell me. It appears the witness is mistaken. Mistaken? But my name. Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony. That's the photo of the chips, is it not? Justice, perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point. I too am hilarious. Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. What particular point contradicts the witness's testimony? This one right here. Miss Orley, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. But as you can see clearly, the victim's hand only held 2 aces. Well, maybe the witnesses were simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question. Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's this 5th ace? I see cheating all right, and it's going on here in this courtroom. Apollo is much more bold than Phoenix ever was. I'm pretty sure, in comparison to their first cases. 2 aces in each player's hand, that does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating.
Oh, wait, please. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you.
That's odd. She must be lying it. She's the most sincere I've seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts. Mr. Gavin, who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards. The cards? Mr. Payne? Oh, yes. The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court. Very well. The prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards? If these cards don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Now, which one of these hands is more suspicious? The victim's hand, because Phoenix Wright does no wrong, obviously. He has a daughter. People with daughters don't cheat, obviously. Don't tell me I'm wrong. It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness testimony. Oh, well, that too, I guess. I wasn't really thinking of that. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards. Very well. Mr. Payne, if you would. Very well. Received evidence. Victim's hand. Well, time's a-wasting. Go for it, Justice. Yes, sir. Let's take a look at these cards. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using the dials on the evidence viewer. That should give you a better perspective on the case. Okay, let's do this. Oh, I found cheating. What? Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is a different color.
Yeah. No. That's impossible. But I put that card in Wright's hand.
What was that? Well, that was... Nope. What was that, Miss Orley?
No, yet. I merely said that I have...
Your Honor... Mr. Gavin, yes. Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? To cheat? I will tell you. One merely needs a friend. A comrade, shall we say? The dealer. Oh! Wait, so you mean this witness, Miss Orley? She's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager. I wonder if her sprite will change. Those are always so much fun. to see people get mad. Ora, ora! Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. Of her mistake. Well, you know, a little No. Okay, let's just get back on track. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard.
That's impossible. But I put that card in Mr. Wright's hand.
Ergo, Miss Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith.
Oh.
Not only did she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim.
What?
Wait, you don't mean the defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley? Are you? Time for justice. There were 3 people in that room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, then that means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder.
No.
That was nice.